What's up, guys? I am super excited this morning because I'm actually driving to New Caney, Texas to endurance race a GROM for 6 hours with TMGP, which is Texas Mini GP, at Speed Sports Houston, which is one of my favorite tracks where you guys have seen videos of me training on the Ninja 400, and I love that track. So we're going to be doing a 6-hour endurance starting at 1 o'clock. So I'm hoping the last couple hours or maybe the last hour will be under the lights, and hopefully get some really cool footage, because I remember last year, I'm like, man, this is really cool footage of like close passing. If it wasn't me doing the passing, it was maybe me even getting passed, or watching a really cool close pass unfold right in front of me. So this is going to be really cool for you guys to ride along and get to see what I see when I'm on track doing the 6-hour race. We got a couple of really good racers on our team, 2 Moto America kids, and my good buddies, and my good buddy Raheel, who's the team owner, I guess you could say, and I was lucky enough to be invited for whatever reason. Bunch of fast guys on our team, so we're looking to get first place. We're looking to get the W, so let's go.
So this is the race start here. As you see the green flag wave, Aiden starts the race on our bike, and he pretty much has an amazing start. Goes from like 10th, 12th place all the way up to 4th place. So it really makes the job easier for the rest of us, but puts in a proper shift, and you guys will see me hopping on the bike here on the first pit stop. You guys just heard me ask Aiden if it was the same, and that's because we had been having an issue with the front end of the bike. The forks were feeling really odd in the sense that there was no dampening, so it felt real bouncy, and it almost felt like the front was going to wash at any moment. It was not very planted, so it's something we were kind of riding around the whole day. But better or for worse, I kind of went out in a dead zone where there was really no one behind me and no one really in front of me. I was just kind of all out on my own, but it's kind of a good thing, because usually during the endurance I take a few laps to just kind of get myself sorted on the bike and figure out where I need to be, what gear, and how aggressively I need to ride for the duration, because I want to try to go until the tank is empty. Here I started to reel in my first competitor, who's also on the GROM. This is just a couple laps in. I was kind of just watching to see what he was doing, seeing what his riding was like, what his lines were like, so I could figure out a good, clean way to try to get around him. Here, if you notice, I actually had the chance to maybe try to get inside of him, but I noticed he took a tight line, so I just took the wide line, because I knew I'd be on the inside for that next turn. That's why it's so important to watch what the person in front of you is doing, so you know exactly how to pass them. And it may not be in the orthodox way, but it'll be in the cleanest way possible. at this point I'm pretty settled in. Looking back at the times on the camera, looks like I was doing a bunch of 109s. I think I had one 108 and then 110, so pretty consistent, solid pace. So I'm a lot more settled in at this point. I think I'm just looking for who I can pass next. And then boom, here comes Des flying by on her 65 two-stroke. I feel like I followed her for a decent amount of time and actually got a pretty good tow from her. Was able to pace up a bit and do a PB lap time. But just interesting, the different levels of riding. They're all on track at the same time, and the different machines. I'm catching up to a couple of guys on two different kinds of bikes. One of them is moving a little bit slower than the other, and the guy in front of him is actually on a GROM, so I'm more interested in lapping him than passing the guy directly in front of me. So I'm really trying to get past this guy as fast as I can, and kind of had put in a pretty stiff block pass on him there just to get past him and try to catch this guy on the GROM straight ahead. So at this point, I'm watching this guy ride, and I noticed that his lines are pretty clean. He's doing a pretty good job. But I noticed right here he got on the gas a little bit late, and I got on him a little bit sooner than he did. So I thought I'd try to drag race him into this left-hander. So I don't know if you guys heard that right there, but I actually lost the front and kind of saved it off my puck and my boot and a little bit of the peg. But the bike was kind of doing that at lean, which was very odd and never did that before. So we're kind of riding around some issues, but trying to get it done. So if you noticed, I tried to tuck as much as you can on a GROM, trying to catch up to this guy in front of me. Turns out it was one of my buddies, so I'm just watching him again and trying to reel him in as fast as I can. As you guys can see, Seth's corner speed's actually really good, so I would have had a really dicey time trying to get past him in one of those two corners. So I just kind of waited and tried to get on the gas a little early, and then gave him a little wave as I went by to make sure he knew it was me. This guy's actually moving pretty slow, so I figured I should just pass him as quickly as possible. So I went ahead and did it in the S's, which is kind of a sketchy spot, but I figured I was kind of moving with enough momentum to where I could just get right by. So I actually just did a bunch of laps with just no one in front of me, no one behind me, and I was just kind of lapping. Finally caught up to these guys, and it seemed like the guy in front of me, who's on a GROM or a GROM class bike, is kind of getting caught up with the guy in front of him, who's on a little bit of a faster bike. So I just tried to do what I could do to get by as fast as I could and keep my lap times up. So I've now caught back up to another GROM who's battling with the other guy on the VMC, who's moving just a tad bit slower. So I knew I wanted to get past him as fast as I could, so I went ahead and dove inside here and made my way on trying to catch this GROM. So I actually tried to catch his draft, and in fact, even though on GROMs I actually did, I caught his draft and I was able to kind of shotgun, shake and bake right past him and beat him into that right-hander. So it was a little bit of an easier pass than I was expecting. So as you guys can see up ahead in the distance, there is another GROM right ahead of me. So I'm definitely very interested in trying to catch up to him. So just trying to be late on the brakes there, see if I could close the gap. I noticed this guy was taking a pretty tight line on most corners, so I figured I'd try that same, kind of stay on the outside, so I'm on the inside here, and I did kind of park him in that corner a little bit, but that's just racing. I still kind of waved to say I'm sorry that I parked you, but I had to get by him, and sometimes you got to park him on the inside to get past him. That's just part of it. So here's something very interesting happened. I'm not quite sure how I caught up to Des. I think maybe she had just pitted out, but she came up on this guy and she tried to go up on the inside of him, as you saw, and she pretty much had to do some emergency braking to make sure that he didn't come over and hit her, because I don't think he saw her at all. So she did a really good job of avoiding that collision altogether, and I went ahead and just got past him as fast as I could. So yeah, guys, I really enjoyed doing the kind of play-by-play on the race video here. If you guys like this, I'm going to try to do a lot more of these in the upcoming races next season. And if you liked it, if you didn't like it, comment below, tell me what you think. And if you liked it, please subscribe. It really helps the channel. I appreciate all you guys for watching.